I see a lot of
Hmm.
Cancer one people, particularly their rising sign, where it's like this idea of you be needing to be strong and independent and not relying on someone is maybe unrealistic. And there's a real strength, I think, that comes from accepting help from this.
Yes.
And I mean, and then it's also just making me think about like psychoanalytic infant theory, where it's right, they all start out this universal, the world is continuous with me, but there's always this period of disillusionment of
Hmm.
how does the mother hold the baby well as they realize that their desires are not always met with immediate gratification, right? So your relationship to your nurturing growing up, whether that be like having a really, strong, at times overbearing maternal figure, or having a really absent one, maybe if you have like a malefic in this decan, is
Yeah.
going to define you, and it's going to define how you relate to other people.
Yeah. There can definitely be mom stuff TM that shows up here, whether that's having kind of a codependent relationship with your mom, like you said, an overbearing maternal figure, or a relationship that is also just like, oh, we're best friends and like I love to hang out with my mom and like there's a sweetness here, but depending on the planet, that can show up in a lot of different ways. But that relationship to nurturing, our first kind of many people's first relationship with the concept of that comes through the mom, right, in the womb. And so it's almost like the things that inform your being, inform your body, inform your makeup before you are even ever birthed into this world, and there is kind of this like womb like relationship I feel like to Cancer one that comes through here. It's like, what are you incubating?
Yeah.
And that can take us into places that are not necessarily paternal at all, right? Or maternal at all. It's like, what do you want to make in a way that is kind of similar to some of the other decans? I think that this one is very creative, and birth is a product of a creative generative force of which Venus and the moon agree upon. But it can also be like, I want to make a tarot deck. I want to make a book. I want to make a movie. There's all these different ways that this can kind of manifest. And I think the true connective point between all of those is this force of generation